Do you know the best place for your dogs or your cats while you're traveling in the car? Well, there's a study out by the American Automobile Association, and these numbers are quite alarming. Here's the breakdown. There are 43.3 million households with pets. Over 80% of dog owners drive with their pets in the car. But only 16% of people who transport their dogs use proper safety restraints. It's now time for Pausing for Pets. I'd like to welcome back Dr. Sands. Dr. Sands, you always bring some just great information for us, and this one is so alarming. Obviously, when you're a pet owner, you want to do the right things, make sure your pets are safe. When you're transporting them, what can we do to make these numbers better?
Yeah, well, you think about it, you're driving, everything is so chaotic in the first place, your phone's going off, the children may be doing something. The dogs need to be secured. The best place for a dog would either be in a kennel in the back that is tied down safely, or there are car restraints where dogs can be in the seats. Same thing go with your cats, especially a very scared cat that can wander underneath your feet, jump on your back. Imagine the accident that could cause.
Sure.
Cats, again, the same thing, in a small carrier that they're comfortable in, seat belted in. So these are very important restraining mechanisms, especially if you get hit by a car. The safest thing is that kennel because they can bounce into the kennel. The restraints will help to some degree, but the dog still can get hurt in some way with their muscles and bones.
Where should you go to find these devices and contraptions? Like, where do you recommend?
Yeah, there are great restraints that you can find at your local pet store. If you go to petedge.com, we'll have some things. Any of the kennels you can order online, simply even Amazon Prime, you can get them in 2 to 3 days. So, and also think if your pet is anxious in a kennel, if they've never been in one, talk to your veterinarian about different sedatives that they can have.
Well, that's really smart, yeah. So the dog or the cat, they're, I guess, being on a little bit more of a relaxed behavior while you're transporting them.
Correct.
Now, what about like with kids and they have car seats, there's ways to install them. Is there anything applicable to that with as far as the kennels or the devices?
There are, I mean, to put the safety harness all the way around and across the front. Also, they have the 3-point harnesses that the dogs can be safer in because it'll block 3 different directions if they move.
Now, at Sandy Paws Animal Hospital, when the pets come in, is this something that you could do? You could go out there and actually like see if they're properly installed or not?
We can absolutely go and make sure that you've secured your pet properly because that kennel, if it shifts or if it rolls at all, then your pet will still get hurt. And also to make sure you have that harness. There's several owners who have come in with the harness and said, can you help me with this? Gone out to the car, put it on for them. And they just definitely are a lot more safe versus being roaming around that car.
And then are there some things you should look out for as far as the behavior in your pet when you're traveling?
Right, they can be very anxious. Some may even get sick while you're traveling. So that's why, again, to talk to your veterinarian about medications, you can even try the medications before you travel to make sure it's a suitable dose. There are many natural supplements too if you're afraid of sedatives that your veterinarian can go with you. So just things like Rescue Remedy, dog appeasing pheromone, and there are some things for nausea too if your car sick animal still has problems.
That makes a lot of sense. Would you recommend maybe going for like a small commute first just to see how the animal and kind of gauge it from there? And then at what point do you say, hey, I might need some meds for my pet?
Perfect, yes. I mean, you realize by your trip to your veterinarians alone how panicked your pet can get, though they might know where they're coming at that point. But taking at least an hour trip to see, because if you're traveling across the United States, you may be going 10, 12 hours. And don't forget, there's lots of little potty breaks that need to be taken during that period. You need a human buddy because you don't want to leave that pet in the car as you're taking your breaks. And also remember, as you're traveling in an enclosed vehicle, traveling in the back of the truck is not safe for a pet. Even though if they're tied down, imagine if they jump, what they can do to their neck, or if they're not secure, if they jump, what they can break.
Absolutely. These are all just great pointers to have, especially right now in the summer. A lot of people are getting out. They're, you know, just going all over and traveling. So you want to make sure that everybody in your family is protected, especially your pets. You don't want them roaming around. And a lot of times, you know, you'll see a pet just jump in the back of the car and people are good to go. No, you're not good to go. So you want to make sure that they're properly secured. And then also those devices that they're in are properly installed and supported.
Correct.
What about temperature in the car? Is that something, like even while you're traveling, do you want it a little bit cooler?
You definitely want it a little bit cooler. If you're one of the cold people like me, I always put a sweater on. I turn that heat down or that temperature down because it gets hot in the back of the vehicle. Even if you have the windows down and air's filtrating when you're stopped, it still can raise the temperature in the back by at least 5 to 10 degrees.
These are all excellent tips. Thank you so much for coming on. Dr. Sands, if people want to reach you, here's the information. The number is 904-278-0600, or you could go online to sandypawsanimalhospital.com. Thanks again for your time and all the information.
Thank you.